Season 38, war number 5, and we are up against X5E. Today my team will be Kitty Pryde, Omega Sentinel and White Magneto, because they actually banned Tigra. I'm taking Path 7 in Section 1, as well as that Nick Fury on the Hazard Shift, Path 5 in Section 2, as well as that Doom and Killmonger, and lastly that King Groot and Scorpion mini-bosses. Now, facing X5E is usually pretty annoying for me because they like to ban my main attackers, at least one of them. This time it was Tigra, and yeah, it's mostly just to mess with me. Anyways, the first fight here is a long shot on the power efficiency and conflictor nodes, and I'm taking this fight with Kitty Pryde. I had a teammate place the White Magneto pre-fight here for me, and the game plan is pretty simple. Since this is a Section 1 fight and not even a shared fight, the health pool is pretty small. So with the White Magneto pre-fight I completely bypassed the conflictor node, and I also build up my prowess very easily without needing to intercept or land criticals, anything like that. So I'm just building up power to my special 2, at which point my basic attacks have already taken long shot pretty low. So just to get him down rest of the way, I'm just gonna use a single special 2 to nuke him down. To get even more damage on that special, I baited a special 2 from long shot first, dashed in before the last hit landed to phase it, which gave me more prowess so that my special hit even harder. Wasn't necessary, but why not do it if you have the choice to do so. Next we have a Misty Knight on the Vivified and Brute Force nodes, and I'm taking this fight with Kitty Pryde. I placed one of my own White Magneto pre-fights here to help me build up my prowess, as well as to completely bypass her debuff Shrug-Off. I also had an alliance mate place the Odin's Protection pre-fight here to help with my upcoming Kitty fights. And the game plan here is to get to my special 2 and nuke her down with that, but even with that plan as simple as that, this is a pretty scary fight. Kitty doesn't have anything to deal with her evade, and with Vivified's extra power gain, she actually did get to that special 2. Luckily she didn't have the unblockable then, but if she did, I would have been in trouble. I can dex that special 2 sometimes, but it's not something I'm willing to try in Alliance War if I don't have to. Now I did end up finishing the fight with a special 1 instead of a special 2 like I had planned to, because she was just dropping so fast that I figured that the special 1 would be enough to finish her off. And it was. So even with her being a bit sketchy to fight, Kitty Pryde is still a great option for her. Although if you have someone like Apocalypse available, or Ghost, I'd say they are probably better choices. Now next up we have a Nick Fury on the Hazard Shift, Incinerate and Poison, as well as the power efficiency node. And I'm taking this out with Kitty Pryde, and I used one of my White Magneto pre-fights here as well, just to make the fight easier. I probably didn't need to do that, and I could have saved the pre-fight for something else, but since I don't have the Tigra synergy, I guess that made the fight a little bit safer. But then again, I have fought Nick Fury so many times before with Kitty Pryde that if I ever do die to him, it's not because I didn't have a synergy or a pre-fight, it's because I'm playing bad. So like always, the game plan here is to just not use my specials, because I don't want to consume my prowess. I'm trying to bait these special 2s instead of the special 1s, so that I don't get cornered by them. And then I also avoid hitting him during the poison phase, because I don't want to give him that big fury buff from getting a debuff on me. The singular poison here and there wouldn't be an issue, but if they stack up they will hurt a lot whenever I'm not phasing, and I'd just rather not deal with that. So this plan works very well, and I'd even say that this fight is an easier one without the Tigra synergy, because you can hit into Nick Fury's block during the poison phase to push him back. That way you have no risk of getting cornered, and since you're not unblockable, you're not gonna get any of those poisons either, because they only trigger on direct hits, not blocked hits. Now he was low enough, so a single special 3 was enough to finish the fight. Next up we have a Doom on the Power Snack and One Too Many Hits nodes, and I'm taking this fight with Omega Sentinel, starting with the Heal Block debuff mode active. I'm using Omega Sentinel here for a couple of reasons. She's immune to Nullify, so the Power Snack doesn't exist in this fight. She's very tanky, so Doom's attacks don't really do anything once I get those armor ups going. She has Heal Block to deal with the Conduit regen, and with the special 3 she has the Incinerate debuffs, which deal more than enough damage to take this fight down multiple times in the span of 5 minutes. She also won't be triggering any of Doom's shocks because, again, she's Nullify immune, so that aura is not gonna nullify any of your buffs ever, so you can freely hit him during that time and you don't have to be scared of getting Doom slapped. So this is essentially the same fight as a Doom boss would be with Omega Sentinel, except that here you can actually parry him, so it just makes the fight easy. The plan is to get my special 3 with the Heal Block debuff active on Doom. The Heal Block takes care of any Conduit regen, and the Incinerate debuffs just take him down so fast that the fight is basically over at this point. I do want to keep them paused for as long as I can, but looking at this fight again, I'm pretty sure I didn't even need to pause them, and he would have died anyways. Omega Sentinel is a very safe option for that fight. Next up we have a Black Cat on the Ebb and Flow Intercept node, and I'm taking this fight with Kitty Pryde. This is a decent placement for Black Cat, because once awakened she has that random evade chance on her intercepts based on how many combo shield charges she has. So if you try to go for intercepts at the start of the fight, before getting rid of those charges, she will more than likely evade. Now with Kitty Pryde she has that phasing on her dash in, so she basically has no risk of getting comboed or otherwise messed up by that evade, so she's an excellent option here. And because of that, all I really needed to do was just play her like normal, get to my special 2, and while the protection was down, that special 2 was more than enough damage to take her down. If you were to take that fight down with other champions, you most likely should take those combo shield charges off before going for the intercepts, just to be safe. And now then, we have the scariest fight of this war. A Spot on the Ebb and Flow Intercept and Mighty Charge nodes. And the key to fighting this guy is to bait his special once and punish them properly. I do know how to do that, but here I just mess it up and he parries me instead of me actually punishing it, so I couldn't put his spots on cooldown. Now he has enough to go untouchable, I didn't realize it, and yeah, I'm down to 50% and he's not even down to 90. So yeah, this is not going great. These special ones are pushing me way too far back into my own corner, and since I can't go unblockable either, I occasionally hit into his block, which is not great. Here again, I mess up the punish, get parried again, and now his spots are not on cooldown. Now he has the untouchable again, so I can't even touch him. I have to bait a heavy attack and dash in to trigger it, so that I wouldn't get comboed. And now I'm in my corner. That's not great with Kitty. If you get cornered, you can't dash in, so you can't trigger your phasing either. So here, I went in, got the intercept, luckily, and then just threw my special 3 to escape from the corner. Now with the protection down, this does a lot of damage, and instead of doing anything else here, I'm just gonna sit still, let him hit into my face, and that was enough to finish him off. A very bad fight on my part, but I did manage to finish it without losing an attack bonus, so that is all that matters in the end. In the future I probably wouldn't take that fight with Kitty. We probably should just send someone like Nick Fury or Blade. And now we have a safe and familiar Killmonger on the Ebb and Flow Intercept and Mighty Charge nodes. I'm taking this fight with Kitty Pryde, like always, and I am very comfortable taking this fight, so I was very happy to see this guy after that Spot fight. The game plan here is to get to my special 2, build up that prowess as high as I can, intercept, remove the protection, and then just nuke him down. Now, unfortunately, this fight doesn't go that well either. With Killmonger's extra critical resistance, the special 2 doesn't crit as much as I hoped it would, and Killmonger survives. It's not really an issue, it's just annoying more than anything. But still, it's just a Killmonger, there is no risk of dying here with Kitty. All I need to do is just build up some prowess again, but instead of just playing the rest of the fight safe and doing basic attacks, I went for special 1 instead while the protection was up, and he survived that as well. No idea why I did that, no reason to do that, I just did it anyways. For some reason. Didn't cost me anything, but still wasn't really a great idea. Now after those 2 not so great Kitty fights, we have this very exciting, very new placement, a King Groot on the Safeguard mini-boss node, and I'm taking this one down with Omega Sentinel, starting with the Healblock debuff mode active. And since none of us have ever seen this fight before, I'm just gonna speed up this fight the whole way through, and I'll be back for the next fight. Okay, to be completely honest, this fight went basically as good as it could have gone, so it is a bit of a shame to just speed through it like this, but I just don't have anything else to say about this. Everyone here has already seen this fight many times before, and there's just nothing else to say. Now for the last fight of this war, we have a Scorpion on the Brute Force mini-boss node, and I'm taking this fight with Kitty Pryde, using my last White Magneto pre-fight. The game plan here is just bait his special 2s, build up my prowess, get to my special 2, and then just nuke him down with that. He has a very small health pool, so a single special 2 should be enough to take him down, and that's about all there is to it. Kitty Pryde's phasing takes care of the evade if it ever does trigger. You won't get punished with the counterattack while you're phasing, because the counterattack will just miss, just like we saw there. Now we don't want to bait his special 1s, because those push you back very far and you don't want to get even close to your own corner, so the special 2 is the easier one to bait. And well, like I said, a single special 2 here was more than enough to finish the fight, and not much else to say. We did end up winning the war 23-2. A pretty one-sided war, and we have just been playing extremely well lately, so I am very happy with that.